This week on the Husky Update.
Outdoor music returns to Northeastern. The VR lab bombing is revealed to be a hoax. And the university sends out thousands of false acceptance letters. All this and more on this week's episode of the Husky Update.
Your campus, your news, all the time. From the Showman Studio, here is the Husky Update.
Hello and welcome to the Husky Update. My name is Nick Stolte. Here is this week's news. A former Northeastern staff member has been arrested for the bombing hoax from September 13th. Jason Duhame, who used to manage the virtual and augmented reality and immersive media lab, is facing charges of lying to federal investigators and making false threats of an explosion. On the night of the incident, Duhame claimed he opened a package that exploded and injured his hands. A letter ranting against Mark Zuckerberg and the metaverse was found in the box. Investigators discovered that the letter and the box showed no signs of an explosion, and his injuries were not consistent with the explosion he described. During the investigation, police found a copy of the letter on Duhame's computer, dated hours prior to the explosion. Duhame was arrested in San Antonio, Texas, where he had been living, despite being a staff member at Northeastern for several years. He did not have a local address. Instead, he had been sleeping in his lab while in Massachusetts. Duhame will be arraigned in federal court in Texas. The FBI has not identified a motive in the hoax. In a statement, one agent says that Duhame wanted to be a victim, but instead victimized his entire community. We now go to Mayor for Lightning Round.
In campus news, live music made its way to Centennial Commons this Thursday. The Live Music Association, RSA, and WRBB hosted Common Sense, the first outdoor concert to be held on campus in almost a decade. The concert featured music from 4 artists, including NU alum FC, indie band Wrinkler, hip-hop duo Arm & Hammer, and headlining artist Faye Webster. While temperatures were low, spirits were high as hundreds of students enjoyed the free evening of music. In national news, President Joe Biden announced on October 6th that he is pardoning all people convicted of marijuana possession under federal law and will review marijuana being a Class 1 drug with heroin and LSD. The pardon will clear around 6,500 people convicted from 1992 to 2022 of charges of simple marijuana possession, as well as thousands who were convicted in the District of Columbia. In a tweet announcing the pardon, Biden said, quote, "Sending people to jail for marijuana possession has upended too many lives for conduct that is legal in many states." That's before you address the clear racial disparities around prosecution and conviction today. Today, we begin to right these wrongs. In international news, on Thursday, October 6th, a gunman entered a public daycare center in Thailand, killing 36 people using both a gun and a knife. This count included 24 children between the ages of 2 and 5. The gunman was identified to be a recently fired police officer who was scheduled to go to court on the 7th for drug possession. He, along with his wife and son, were found dead after the shooting in his home by murder-suicide. This is one of the worst mass killings involving children to ever occur, and the worst mass shootings by an individual in Thailand in particular. The shooting occurred in Nang Bua Lamphu province, one of Thailand's poorest provinces, typically known for being peaceful and quiet. That's all for Lightning Round. Back to you, Nick.
Thanks, Mayor. In other news, Northeastern mistakenly sent out 205 acceptance letters to applicants to its School of Law. Letters were also sent to over 4,000 applicants from the previous year. The university said in an email to these applicants that a technical issue caused these acceptance letters to be sent. Quote, "The School of Law deeply regrets this unintended mistake and is taking steps to ensure that it will not happen in the future," the email said. In an interview with NBC Boston, Northborough resident Lakeisha Popitsakis describes receiving her acceptance letter and the follow-up rescinding of it like going on a roller coaster. Quote, "I'm a woman of color who wound up in a shelter, who lost almost everything, and still has her 4 kids, but aspires to be more," she said. She plans on looking into legal avenues to reverse Northeastern's decision and has written a letter to the university. Well, that's the news. The rest is up to you. Be sure to like us on our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with the Husky Update. My name is Nick Stolte. Thank you for watching.